first generation Acura TSX. It's not the fastest or the fanciest entry-level sports sedan, but it's a Honda, and it's just right. History. The Acura TSX was introduced alongside the redesigned TL in 2004. Acura lost its previous compact sedan in 2001 when it discontinued the Integra to build the RSX. The 2004 TL was based on the growing mid-size US Honda Accord, both of which were built in the USA at Honda's Maryville, Ohio plant. The TSX was the rebadged, smaller, sportier Accord that other parts of the world got, and it was built in Japan. So, Honda put an Acura badge on it and sold it in the US as the TSX. All TSXs came loaded with plenty of features that we'll see in this video. Besides interior and exterior colors, the only options were the transmission and the navigation unit. There were also some A-spec accessories that could be added on at the dealership. Year changes. The 2004 and 2005 model years were pre-facelift and had some visual differences from the 06 to 08 TSX. The 2006 got a slightly wider grille that didn't have a chrome piece on the hood. Revised headlights, taillights with a smoked reverse lens, updated bumpers with integrated fog lights now standard on the front bumper, updated side skirts, and restyled wheels. My TSX is a 2006, which I like because it was the first year of the facelift and the last year before they had TPMS sensors, making it easier to swap wheels without a warning light in the dash, which now also featured a multi-information display. 2006 was also the first year to have an 1/8-inch auxiliary jack in the console, 2-position driver seat memory, and Bluetooth hands-free link for phones. Performance. The 06 to 08 K24A2 engine made 5 more horsepower than it did in 04 and 05, thanks to slightly different cams, larger valves, and a larger throttle body, bringing the total to 205 horsepower at 7,000 RPM and 164 pound-feet of torque at 4,500 RPM. 2007 and 2008 models are similar, although they use a different ECU that is Flash Pro friendly, ideal if you're planning on a lot of performance modifications. The only modifications under the hood of my 06 is a K&N replacement filter, and I took off the silencer box behind the front bumper. I thought it was a little too quiet stock. And now the K24A2 sings a beautiful song all the way to Redline. The most important thing when it comes to performance is the 6-speed manual transmission. The auto is fine for the average driver, but it's the manual that I love most about this car. It's a close ratio box, so you're shifting often and it really bonds the driver with the vehicle. If you're just looking for point A to B transportation, then the auto is a great choice. Suspension. The TSX comes standard with 17-inch wheels and double wishbone suspension that provides a great balance of comfort and handling. The TSX is one of the last Hondas that still use this setup from Honda's golden era of the 1990s. Most modern Hondas have switched to more cost-effective McPherson struts, which just don't offer the same driving experience as double wishbone. But that's a topic for another video. I like to upgrade suspension on everything, so I installed Coney Yellows with ground control coilovers. That made the cornering and handling even better, but did decrease ride quality a little bit. I only lowered the car 1 5/8 of an inch, which took out a lot of the wheel gap, making my daily driver look how I think it should have came from the factory. I also run a set of 18x8-inch BBS RSGT wheels in the summer, and those are wrapped in 235/40 series tires. Interior. The TSX's interior came loaded with an impressive list of features for its price. A radio with 6-disc CD changer. In 2006, an auxiliary 1/8-inch jack located in the center console became standard. Leather seats with front heated seats. Full power adjustment on the driver's seat, as well as the passenger front seat starting in 2005. Two-position memory for the driver's seat became standard in 2006, which is great for a shared vehicle. A full opening sunroof with tilt, integrated programmable garage door remotes for 3 doors, power locks, power windows, a remote key fob for the doors and trunk. And here's a trick: hold down the unlock button to make all 4 windows roll down. Great for a hot day, or if you like all your windows to be opened evenly when you drive. There's plenty of room throughout the interior for storage, and there's even this fancy red cloth lined, not an ashtray. The rear seats are a good size and even comfortable for a small car. Between them is a fold-down armrest with cup holders. Forward-facing baby seats and boosters fit great, but when I had a rear-facing baby seat behind the seat, I had to move it up most of the way to make the seat fit. The rear seats split 60-40 and fold down when more cargo room is needed. The 13 cubic foot trunk came with this rubber cargo mat and 4 tie-down hooks. The TSX came equipped with modern safety features for the era: driver and passenger front dual stage airbags and side airbags, side curtain airbags, traction control, which can be turned off, and things like ABS and door beams, which all vehicles had by this time. Longevity. Hondas will run forever. However, I live in Ohio, so rust was inevitable. I hoped it wouldn't be this soon, but I've already had to repair rust on the inside edge of the right rear door and the insides of both rear wheel openings. Link to that video is in the description. The exterior is looking good for 150,000 miles, but the underside tells a different story. I bought this car in 2012 when it was only 6 years old with 44,000 miles. I undercoat the car with fluid film before every winter, but those 6 winters with the previous owner were enough to get the rust started. Besides rust, I have no complaints about this car. Instead, I have a list of highlights that make the TSX a great value. The HID projector headlights have a crisp cutoff and offer excellent visibility for night driving. After 10 years, the plastic headlights on my 06 were getting hazy, but I re-cleared them and they've looked brand new ever since. I'll put a link to that how-to video in the description. The TSX is well equipped and intuitive. Everything is easy to use and you can drive the car without needing to read the owner's manual. The K24A2 is an excellent motor, combining power and fuel economy while using a timing chain for lower maintenance compared to a timing belt. It does require premium fuel though. The rear of the car looks just right with factory dual exhaust tips. The 6-speed manual transmission is perfect. And the TSX is fun on twisty roads, even in stock form. Other vehicles I considered before settling on the TSX were the 2006 Civic Si sedan, which is a little more sporty with the limited slip differential and just a hair smaller than a TSX. But I wanted something more luxurious, and after owning a modified Civic for so long, I was tired of people wanting to race me. Whoa, did I just grow up? I also thought about an E93 series before settling on the TSX. With a 100-mile daily commute, my wallet and I are both glad I didn't choose the BMW. At 150,000 miles, most of which were highway, this TSX has been the lowest maintenance vehicle I've ever owned. All I did was change the oil when the display said it was time, change the transmission fluid at 125,000 miles, and I'll put a link to that how-to in the description. Front brake pads, I have a link for that one too. Rear calipers, pads, and rotors, got a good video on that one as well. Lower temperature sensor, knock sensor. The rear toe adjustment bolt seized, so I had to cut it out and replace it, but that's Ohio rust for you. The hinge on the storage door broke, so I picked up another used door. I re-cleared the headlights, replaced a cracked fog light, and treated the rust on the rear quarters. A link for that is below as well. Value. With so many bells and whistles, the reliability of a Honda, and timeless clean styling before Acura put a beak on everything, the first generation TSX is an excellent buy. The TSX was almost $30,000 new, and as these cars are aging and racking up miles, they're becoming very affordable. TSX prices in 2020 are as low as a couple grand for a high mileage example in need of some work, and go as high as about $8 grand for a low mileage 6-speed. That's about half of what prices were 8 years ago when I bought my '06 TSX in 2012. I sold my Acura a few months ago for $5,500. I miss everything about the car, and although one of the reasons I originally bought it was because I wanted something small and fun, 8 years later, I needed something bigger for hauling kids, cargo, and towing. The size of the TSX is its only limitation. My new daily is an 80 series Land Cruiser imported from Japan, so it's right-hand drive and massive. I really miss the handling, 6-speed manual, and mileage of the TSX. But daily driving, one of the most indestructible vehicles ever built, has its price. Working from home now, instead of commuting 100 miles a day, really softens the 12 miles per gallon reality that hits me at the gas pump. So, if you're looking for something small, sporty, somewhat luxurious, reliable, efficient, and fun, you can't go wrong with the first generation Acura TSX. Thanks for watching, and although I no longer have my TSX, I do still have a few more Acura videos to upload, so consider subscribing for more project vehicle updates and how-to videos here at the 6th Gear Garage.